Anytime when the clients are facing a struggling cost issues, if you're offering cost-effective solutions to them in this economy, then I don't think that they will not be happy to consider your solution.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt your video. Now you can directly reach me on WhatsApp and ask any questions. My number is +91 9511 841 495. I'm so glad to have you on this channel. If you're getting some value from this video, can you hit the subscribe button and the bell to keep watching weekly videos?
Hello, Ameya.
Yeah, hi Shubhanshu.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you
Great,
very much.
great.
Glad that we got connected, and I was watching a few videos from you,
Sure.
and that those were really inspiring, and I was really motivated listening to your previous videos as well, right? Which you have been posting for like almost a year, I would say now.
Yes, yes,
Uh,
absolutely.
Pretty motivating, and it was good to know about your experience as well. So,
Thank you very much. Thank you. So, what do you do
yeah, you
and
basically.
what can I do for you?
Okay, so let's get into the business. So, all right. So, right. So, I am currently in Ireland. I bring close to 10 years of experience, 10 to 12 years of experience, I would say. I started working as a call center agent myself,
All right.
and with a small scale company, but a very good company to work with. I learned many things from there, right, about customer service and about
Great,
customer centricity and like that.
great,
Then
great.
I worked with companies like GE. I worked with Bank of America. I worked with Unisys Corporation, and so I have worked into roles such as with the first company I was working as a call center agent, of course. With
Sure.
GE, I was working as a associate. Then I worked with Bank of America as a loss mitigation analyst. With Unisys, I worked there for 6.5 years. So there were like multiple roles.
Sure.
I grew from one role to another, and then I became the business analyst there, business operations analyst basically.
Right,
So
right.
currently, uh, I am in Ireland. So I did my masters here in Ireland. I began my masters in 2018 September, and I finished my masters now. So yeah, so this is my story.
Oh, okay. That's nice. Nice to hear that. So, you have finished. I mean, are you planning to come back here or you're planning to work there and start your business, or how is it?
Yeah, so I had questions around the same topic. I mean, I wanted to know whether is it good to start a business in India, or is it good to start, or can I start a business in Ireland? Will it be financially feasible, or will it support my financial model? Will the finances work out if I'm starting a business here in Ireland? What will be the best suggestion that you think?
I will say that if you have really good market over there, then I think you can have a demand centric focus on in Ireland. So probably your marketing activities and everything can be done from there or nearby countries, and your supply side you can always have from India. So that will be a cost effective way, and that can be a really great edge for your business.
Okay.
So you can set up your company in India, but I think your
Hmm.
initial level activities, which are completely about marketing and business development and everything, that you can focus on. Since you are there, you can take a complete advantage of that.
Okay. And I'm not sure, how really the clients plan the budget, and how the background of the financials work
Sure.
exactly. But I want to know, will it really work out if I'm planning something in Ireland? Let's say, if I don't have to come back to India and start a business there, will the, as per your experience, what do you think? Will it work out in India if I plan? I'm sorry, in Ireland if I plan something for
I
here?
I think it will, because wherever you are based, and since you're already there, as I said, that if you focus on the gaps in the market, like what are the gaps in particular industry or market that you want to focus on, and if you start with your marketing activities, I'm sure there can be a really great opportunities over there. In fact, you should capitalize on those opportunities, I believe, because it will be really cost effective solutions for the companies over there. And
Yeah.
since you already have presence in India as well, you can run your operations quite smoothly, so that will not be difficult. But very first thing is, because setting up office here in India or setting up your operations, it's not going to be challenging. The major challenge is going to be in Ireland when how you actually connect or how you initiate your marketing activities, how you connect with the local partners over there, and what your USPs and what exactly you do. That's going to be the challenging factor, the key factor.
True. Things here are more critical than compared to India because you have to keep in mind many legal things, right, before even you get started, or before you even get into a business, because you have GDPR, which is Global Data Protection Regulations, and other than that, you have to have some government licenses as well, which you have to be ready with before you get into a business.
Sure,
And
sure.
there are many critical things that you have to keep in mind before you start a business in Ireland. But again, there is no problem as such, because if someone else is doing, so we can also get into those things, and we can get licenses done, and we can get started here. But the major point here that I want to know is the target market, right? I was looking for the hospitality and tourism. So what is your experience? What does your experience say about the hospitality and tourism market? I know that is one of the industries which has got the massive hit, right, because of the corona. And not sure, I think, maybe by the end of July, the hotels are starting to take reservations, but not sure if this is the right industry that I'm focusing at, and will it be working out? What do you think?
Yeah, I think this year is going to be, I think, a difficult time for tourism industry because there is not going to be much happening over there, and people will not be spending much money, or they will not be spending money on the leisure and everything. But I think if you want to get into it, you should have two options available. Like the tourism can definitely pick up from next year if everything goes right. As per the
Yeah,
expectations what we have. But you don't want to start it next year because by that time there will be a lot of competitors and a lot of companies will be already doing it. So you will be one of them. So I think it could be a good time to start now, you should also
hmm
have parallel plan or some other plan in mind that you should be focusing on at least two industries, one which is
right.
in high demand. So you need to, I will say that you need to actually study the industry diversification in Ireland. So which are the major industries over there? Is it only tourism or something else is there? Maybe the software and IT and some banking and finance. There must be something. Once you do that, then you need to understand which are the small and mid-sized companies over there that you can actually target to. That's
Yeah,
number two. Once you do that, the industry diversification, you can have right plans at which two industries you can target on.
sure. Okay. I have a few questions that I actually wrote down.
Sure.
I'm not sure these are too many to ask you, or
No,
you
you
would
can
have
ask
enough
me.
time.
I will be happy to help you. Why not?
Right. So, first thing, as I was going through a few videos that that in which you actually said that you probably might help us finding the client,
Sure.
right? Now, especially from US, right? Just in case if I'm not able to crack a client, or maybe I would say a contract here in Japan, how easy or how difficult will it be for us to get a client from US during this recession time? What is the probability that are the clients ready to offer businesses outsourced during this pandemic time?
This is, I will answer your question, but just to keep you posted, it has started raining here heavily. In case if the call gets dropped, we can get connected again.
Yeah, sure. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So I will say that this is a time for new businesses, startup businesses, not directly not directly jumping into a client acquisition, but there is a lot of groundwork that needs to be done. So when you want to get into client acquisition activities, this is a time to build your muscles. So you're ready to try to do client acquisition. You cannot directly, you know, because the people who are starting their business, they cannot directly jump into client acquisition. So there is a lot of things behind, when you're
Yeah.
doing groundwork. For example, your company formation, maybe finding
Yeah.
company who is doing giving you helping hand for
Yeah.
marketing your company or your US within the US. Then second thing, apart from company formation and your banking and everything, once everything is done, then maybe some team that you need to hire in India because you're from India, that will be economical for you. Why this team will be required? To help you in actual client acquisition. That is, there is a lot of database that you need to generate. There is cold calling, appointment
Is
generation,
it the
lead
is
generation.
that the business development we talking?
Exactly, exactly. So there are a lot of activities that needs to be done, and then you will start seeing the results. So anything that you do now will actually start showing the results after 180 days. So
Right.
you actually form the company now. This entire month might go just in the company formation, project report, understanding your industry, talking to some people, improving your network. So these couple of things might happen. Once you understand that, then your marketing collaterals, that's your website and everything needs to be ready. Corporate presentation, that might take some time. Once it's done, then you need to have at least one or two people who will be helping you in lead generation, appointment generation. So by the time
Yeah.
you reach there, it's gonna, you are going to spend some time, and then you can actually set up appointments in the US. Maybe you can travel there, meet some of the companies or company owners, but target on small and mid-sized companies. Over there.
Yeah. You're right.
But so I,
Okay.
so
Sounds
to
good.
answer your question, this is a perfect time, but not directly for client acquisition. This is a time for preparation.
Right. Got it. Okay, but the clients are ready to shell out their businesses for outsourcing.
Yes, because anytime when the clients are facing or struggling cost issues, if you're offering cost-effective solutions to them in this economy, then I don't think that they will not be happy to consider your solutions.
Right.
In fact, if you will see, or from the news what we are reading, there are a lot of industries who are struggling, who are going out of business. Companies are going out of business. They are laying off their employees. So this would be the perfect time to offer the solutions.
Okay. Okay. Sure. So the BDMs basically help us to get the clients and do the client acquisition and things as such, right? Now, while I was just watching your videos, right, you said you proactively try and get in touch with a few companies and try and see if they can talk, see if they can offer you the business depending on your experience and background, how your business proposal looks like, and how is your plan, things like that. So it is not so easy, right? Because I tried it myself. I tried calling up different companies, different resorts, different hotels, different the business owners, basically, the marketing team. I tried all my options. I'm still trying. So I'm trying to do my homework as much as I can, right? Just to gain experience at least, because it has been some time that I've really done some cold calling,
Right.
right? So, and
Right.
I have been into this customer centric experience, or the customer service experience, I would say.
Right.
Everything has been, since beginning till today, it has been just customer, customer, customer. But again, I have not been into cold calling, sorry. So it has been
I
I
know.
found a little challenging at the beginning, but now I'm feeling myself a little comfortable when I'm, in that, motion already now.
Right.
So yeah, so I tried talking to a few business owners, right? But again, it is not so easy to get connected to them. How easy will it be for the business development managers for us to get leads? And will it be as challenging as we? I'm sure they have an experience; they would have leads, but will it be easy for them to get us the business from the market?
Well, business development manager, I suggested you just to ease down your work. So,
Right.
but that's not going to be a complete. I'm not saying that there will be complete dependability on business development manager. That will be the
Yeah.
biggest mistake because as a company owner, you should never be dependent, at least on the
Yeah.
business development side, when it comes to the
Yeah.
third person. So I'm quite sure that you can develop the business, you can do business development, and that's not going to be absolutely difficult. There are certain things which you need to follow. For example, have you already set up your CRM, or are you using the CRM platform to do the business development? Why it's required? Because it has a lot of integrations. It makes your job easy. It makes the things automated, so you can automate your
Yeah.
communication with the client. Maybe if you upload the database of say 2000, 3000 prospects, then many times you don't even need to do cold calling, because once you actually your email workflow starts, email campaigns once you start it, many times
Yeah.
the prospects, they respond to your emails stating that okay, they would like to have appointment at so and so time, and they will book the calendar with you, and then you don't have
Yeah.
to do cold calling. And then for my business development, if I will say, then cold calling is the last option I consider. The reason
Hmm.
is, cold calling, basically works for for the smaller commodities, or if you're selling some small products like a website or antivirus or $100 $200 product. Here, what is happening is that the solutions what outsourcing industry is offering, those are strategic level decisions that our clients need to, they have to make. So there is a level of CXOs who are going to involved in making the decision. It could be the president and vice president of the company, or it could be someone else, or maybe some advisor.
Yeah.
And in that, the cold calling will not work. Usually, it will go to the reception and they will say, "Okay, I will pass on the message," but then you will never hear from them. So I
Yeah.
will say the cold calling will be the last option you should consider, at least in this particular business model, because it's not an
Right.
operational level decision; these are strategic level decisions they have to make. So then what will work is your there are a couple of things that will work. Your content strategy, your if you have budgets, then your social media ad campaigns, like especially on LinkedIn, that's a really great platform if you have those budgets.
Yeah.
Then your content strategy, when I say that means that how active you yourself are on this type of platform. So that helps you to create your brand awareness in the market. And then apart from that, your actual presence, and as I said, that in seminars and conferences and trade shows when the thing starts opening up.
Sure.
But yes,
All right.
compared to cold calling, I will say that email campaigns works better. So if you have not done it, you're the very first thing when it comes to client acquisition. The very first thing I always suggest is that set up your CRM. It could be Salesforce, Microsoft
Yeah.
Dynamics, any CRM that you are comfortable with, Zoho, anything. But you have to have
Yeah.
the entire sales activities needs to be automated, because
Yeah.
that's going to give you analytics that okay, you spoke to 1,000 people in 1 month, and out of 1,000 people 400 did not answer, but 200
Yeah.
said follow up. Yeah, do the follow up. And then out of 200 you actually spoke with say 50 people, and then out of 50 this is a conversion that you have. So you have a complete analytics in front of you.
You're right. Sure. So, the first thing that I think, I should be doing then is, I have a business proposal ready, right? It's not ready, but, I have written it for myself. But again, I have to do some corrections or alterations or modifications depending on, which business am I going to target.
Sure.
Now that you say that the hospital and tourism may not be the right target at this moment, so, I would have to like re-engineer things and look into different options.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah, probably we can talk about them.
Sure.
Now, another question that I have is, now that the entire world is running behind automation, right? They're trying to automate things. So, how the BPO business is going to affect with this automation? Because this is for sure that most of the things that the customer service agents used to do, that has been done by the automated system already, like resetting passwords and the first level of support or the zero level of support has been taken care by the automation system. Now the call gets transferred to the customer service agent only when it is really required. So in the next couple of years from now, let's say by 2025,
Right.
how the automation is going to change from
Right.
today, or the business is still going to be the same, or will there be some advancements or changes? Will there be an impact on this business?
Absolutely.
How do you?
That's a very good question. So I think yes, it's going to have tremendous impact. I will say that the BPO industry, call center industry, it is going to have tremendous impact, and it has already started. We can see that there is impact happening.
Yeah.
But then in that case, the business owners on this side, the BPO industry owners, where they should focus is that the industries where there is high level of human interaction or human involvement is required, because there are certain level
Yeah.
of decision that needs to be done by humans, or there are certain types of communication that needs to be happen only by humans, because customers are not satisfied talking to the machines or IVRs.
Yeah.
So at certain level, even if you will say that even the chatbots, they respond that okay, these are the 5 questions that they answer, but beyond that level they say that okay, would you like to speak with a customer care representative? So it will happen, it will definitely affect, but I'm sure the industry still requires, or the actual demand, the clients themselves, they require to talk to the humans, not the machines.
Well, you're
So
right.
Yeah, so then I think that it is a mixed kind of approach. We can say that to some level we will see the difference, but that will happen majorly on the large scale companies and the large scale banks. We will see they're doing the layoffs of employees because the things will be automated. But on small and mid-sized level, I doubt it will come directly.
Sure. So we have to plan ahead about those things because the more clients we have, the more business we have, it's better for us to sustain. Just in case if
Absolutely.
the business in their end gets transformed into an automated system, then we at least have more clients in hand, we're using which
Exactly.
we can still continue our business. So yeah, the
Yes.
point is taken. Now, people say, the experts, my seniors, I spoke to a few service delivery managers and few operations managers, who are still in contact with me from my previous companies.
Sure.
I was talking to them. So they say that, it is good to get started with an outbound call center, right? And then beginning with an inbound call center. What would your expertise say?
So the inbound call center, when it comes, when your approach is from the business owner as being a business owner, if that is your approach is, then I will say that outbound call center has inconsistent revenue model in it basically, because many times if you're starting a business and majorly the inquiries what you're going to get, and that those are going to be the easy hanging fruits, those are from going to be from the sales industry. So there will be some sales process, sales campaigns which will come, which will be dependent, your revenue will be dependent majorly on certain targets or deadlines that you have to meet, and on that basis your revenue will be generated. On inbound side, what happens is, especially those are going to be customer service, inbound sales, inbound upsales or cross selling. Maybe
Yeah,
these are typically the processes that they are going to be. So there your income is going to be more assured. You will have more consistent flow of income for longer years than the outbound processes,
depending on our performance base
depending on the performance. Yes.
and the
So
customer satisfaction.
exactly. So, but yeah, if you want the process, if you want the business to come as quickly as possible, then focusing on outbound process in the beginning will be helpful, because that's not going to be difficult for you to get it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. How does the funding work? Is it like the companies who are giving us the business? Do they allocate the funds to us for a few months, like say for a couple of 3 months or 4 months? I know that we have to make our own financial planning as well, right? We have to have enough budget available just in case if there is, uh, some financial issue, some unforeseen finances coming up. So we have to be prepared for our, with our saved funds. But again, do the client as well give us funds in advance, like say, I would say to get started with for a couple of months, or how does it work in advance?
Yes, you can expect around 20 to 25% funding in the beginning, from when at the time of signing the MOUs. When you sign the MOU, you can expect that much advance payments from them. But
Mm-hmm.
till the time you come to signing the MOU, you have to be prepared, which I said about the groundwork. There is a lot of groundwork that needs to be done. So your company formation activities, your marketing activities, your client acquisition activities. So this entire thing is going to have certain expenses. Number one. Number
Yeah.
two is that this entire sales process or sales cycle, we call it. So sales cycle is like from the day you actually start making disciplined and structured efforts of sales, which means you have CRM, you have everything ready, and then you have one or two people at least helping you to do business development. From that day, then till the actual signing the contract, it's going to have minimum 4 months to 5 months time. It's going to take that much
Yeah.
time. So you should be prepared for that.
Mm.
But once it's done, then I think you can expect 20 to 25% from them in advance.
Okay. Right. And do you have any qualified business development managers in your company who support you, or it has to be a third party company or a person that we have to hire?
I have my people working for my company. So in fact, we have a team, and we focus it quite seriously about the business development efforts and daily activities what we do. So So we are quite
I
serious
know.
about that. Yeah. So yeah, we do that absolutely. But I, especially when it comes to business development, my approach is that the company owners should pay a lot of attention to that. So I pay 100% attention on business development side.
Oh, absolutely. I can see that. When I compare your previous videos to today, there has been a lot of improvement in the quality, in the content, and everything. So yeah, I'm
Yes.
sure you're putting in a lot of hard work and
Yes. Yes.
time. That
Yeah.
is sure. And yeah, so I think I'm done with my questions. One thing that I would like to ask you is that suppose if I'm going with you, right, as my service provider, right, as my client, I would say, what will be the total cost involved from end to end, from
Okay.
starting up to preparing a portfolio to hiring a PDM to acquiring a client and to get started with the business?
For end to end, if you will say right from the starting, then the company formation, do everything. I have an ecosystem. We have people, we have everything, company secretaries, company lawyers to do it, even the business development team that we have it. But across the call, it will be difficult to give you. I mean, we will have to understand the scope
I
of the
know.
scope of the project exactly, which market we are targeting, if it's going to be, depends on the industry that you're focusing. As I said, that are you focusing on outbound industry or inbound, because inbound is going to be more challenging. So there are a lot of factors and criterias that we have to consider, and then accordingly we will understand how many people will be required for these things.
Would it be okay with you to share your complete list of services that you provide?
Sure.
All right, Ameya. I do not have any more questions for now, right? And I will definitely, keep in touch with you
Sure.
because there are more things I know that are running in the mind at the moment, which I would definitely be
Absolutely.
interested in talking to you and get your experience. And yeah, so would you have any recommendations at this moment? What should I be ready with? What should I be doing? To get started. Maybe by how soon do you think we can get started? Just in case if we are planning now. And if everything goes well, how long do you think this entire process takes?
I will suggest you that the very first thing that you need to consider, this is my recommendation to everyone who is on the first step of this business. And usually there are at least two phone calls are scheduled every single day. Like we are having this phone call, at least two phone calls I handle, so around 60 phone calls a month. And these are the same discussions. The very first advice that I give is, without having anything in mind, without getting into anything of plant acquisition and company formations, absolutely nothing. The only thing that you should focus on is the actual project plan, the project report, and that should be
Yeah.
with I have already shared some of the content, I believe, on yesterday's video. It's just a 2-3 minutes video, I think so. But what are the
Yeah.
points that you can actually consider? There is a free index that I have shared it on my Thinkific platform. I will also share that link with you. So
You
those
shared
are,
a sample business plan as well.
yeah. So those are 17, 16, 17 points that you need to actually consider on that Thinkific platform. I have given the links, or I have given 45 minutes video there, and a lot of material there, even CRM setup, how you need to do it and everything I have already mentioned there. But yeah, project planning is something that you should seriously focus on, and that should not be only for the purpose of just making it, but project plan is going to be the blueprint of your business for another 10 years. So you know why have you chosen this industry, what is the thought process behind it, what study have you done, what is the industry diversification, what is the market segmentation. So you have studied entire thing, and then you have answers for it. That's going to help you, either if you need investors, that's going to help you. If you need any funding from angel investors or venture capitals or anything, that's going to help you. There are a lot of benefits for it, and then you
Yeah.
yourself will be in position to answer all the questions. You will not have any more. You will not have any confusions. What needs to be done? You will have project map. So when you are
Yeah.
client acquisition, if you'll say what will be the approximate date, like if you started on today on 2nd June, then when you finish your company formation activities, what will be your next activity? Then when you start with your client acquisition activities, you will have answers to this complete project map. So that
Yeah.
is something you should consider.
All right. Sure, Amir. So I will go back and start working on these things. Definitely,
Yes.
I'll continue working on these things, right? And I'll keep in touch
Sure.
with you.
Absolutely.
And now I have your Skype ID and your email address as well. Because in
Sure.
case if I have anything to ask, I'll write an email to you and
Anytime.
talk.
Anytime. Sure. Sounds good. Absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks very much for your time and for the suggestion and for your expertise. Right.
Same here. Same here. Thank you
And
very much.
thank you. We'll
It
talk
was
soon.
nice
Bye bye.
talking to you. Yeah, let's be in touch. Thank you. Bye bye.
Likewise.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.